Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. Be sure to get that stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. All right. Friday, favorite segment of the week. Beer for breakfast. Brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Check out some great live music this weekend. Junkyard Angel tonight in the Soundgarden. Harvest Moon, a Neil Young tribute band tomorrow night. Ooh. And then they got something Sunday as well. It's the Savannah Singer-Songwriter Series. So that's a great live weekend of live music. Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. So joining us in studio right now, Regional Sales Manager of Sycamore Brewing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got Logan. Sir, good morning, and thank you for hanging out, man.
Hey, good morning to you both. Thank you so much for having us in the studio today, guys.
Yeah, it sounds like you essentially have Michael Scott's job title. So are you the Michael Scott of Sycamore?
If I could say that, then I would be okay with that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Maybe I'm the Michael Scott just of South Carolina.
Okay, I take that too. Your Cotter's pushing on.
I'm sorry, I was just looking at something. It sounds a little weird in the headphones. So let's dive right in, man. How long you been with Sycamore now?
I've been with Sycamore for about 3.5, going on 4 years now, and it's been a quick 4 years, I'll tell you. Yep.
Okay. And they've been around since what, 2013?
Yeah, we started producing in 2013 in our tap room in South End Charlotte, in Charlotte, North Carolina. I joined the team about 3.5, almost 4 years ago, and around that time we really started ramping up production and started, our distribution footprint from outside of the tap room, and really started to grow and expand from there.
Right, nice.
So you guys are known for the Mountain Candy IPA, but I was actually just jumping around to the website yesterday, and you have so many one-offs that I'm just so excited about. And one of them was this Paloma beer that I know we're going to try here in a little while. But, I mean, when you guys come up with all these crazy flavor combinations, is there one that, has been, that's the craziest thing you guys have ever done? Is there one that you can remember right now that was like, this is so off kilter that I can't believe we're actually doing this?
Looking back, we participated in an event in Charlotte called Strange Brew that the guys made this really interesting. I think it was a lemonade sour, a Chick-fil-A lemonade sour that included chicken nuggets on a
on a skewer.
Yeah, on a little skewer as a little accent piece. So we like to get creative and do some fun stuff, but we are known for those IPA styles. And,
right.
We really get to showcase our brewing depth and, outside of the IPA portfolio with these one-offs and these small batches. One of the fun things about working with Sycamore is that we like to consider us being that double-edged sword. We've got all those consistent core styles that we make year-round, and then the opposite side of the spectrum is that we have these great rotating seasonals like your Paloma Goza or your one-offs like Big Fat Juicy Mango Milkshake IPA, and we do brands like Juice Willis and some really fun names behind some of our brands.
So when it comes to craft beer, obviously Sycamore is pretty insanely amazing. Obviously, we have to say that. We have to say that mostly because you work for them. But when you're not drinking Sycamore, when you're not enjoying the products, when you go out and do a little QC, as we were talking about off the air here, I mean, what beers do you like to go try? I mean, do you like to go adventure and try all sorts of craft beers? Do you like to do cocktails more, or do you just like to sit around and drink PBRs?
Well, I first have to respond to that by, giving all the credit to our production guys. I mean, I wouldn't have Killer Liquid to sell without those guys, putting in the time day in and day out. So couldn't be more grateful to those guys. So shout out to those guys back in Charlotte. But yeah, I'm just like anybody else. I got into this, this industry just being a fan of craft beer in general. So, that love and passion never stopped. Of course, I drink Sycamore beers at the end of the day, but, I like everything from Mexican lagers. I love trying new IPAs. I tend to drink seasonals with the season.
Okay. Purist. Okay. I respect
that. So some lighter styles, some Goza styles, some wheat ales during the summertime, and then kind of pivot to maybe some porters and some stouts and some cooler months.
Exactly. I love stout season, man. We're big fans.
Absolutely.
And I know you guys had the vanilla, is it affogato?
Vanilla affogato cream ale.
Nailed it.
Yep, absolutely.
You did, not me.
So that's a great segue to kind of showcase another aspect of our brewing company.
Yeah.
We have a coffee company. It's called Coffee by Sycamore. Mm-hmm. We incorporate that into our seasonal brands, every two or third rotation. And affogato is, that nice dessert drink with the espresso poured over a scoop of vanilla ice cream. So
I'm not rich enough to even know that, but thank you for explaining it.
Trust me, I had to Google that the first time I heard it, man. Trust me, I was on the same board. No, we tried to replicate that into a beer, so it just was a perfect opportunity to use a cream ale base,
right?
And add our own steeped in-house cold brew. We have our own roaster in-house, so we put out some amazing coffee incorporated products every so often.
Nice.
Now, did you guys start the coffee side of things so you can use your own stuff in your beer?
I'm not sure if it necessarily started out that way. I think the project was going to eventually come to fruition as a brick and mortar type of establishment, maybe in the Noda area or some other bustling part of town. But I think that's going to be one of the first things that goes into our new food hall in the new tap room facility that I think we're around 70 to 80% completion on it. We're looking forward to be certainly done by the end of the year.
So your new facility, we were once again talking off air on the stream. That's why it's always a good idea to check us out on the stream.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you have like a new light rail stop coming into this new building you're doing. Do you have any idea on when it's going to open? I imagine sometime this year, right?
We're shooting for September. I mean, as we all know, with construction, anything, especially in the midst of a pandemic, you have to be flexible, to say the least. So we're planning a big party. We're notorious for throwing 4 to 6 really killer parties throughout the year. Everything from red, white, and brew festivals to we've done bacon festivals in the past, and
nice.
we're really looking forward to kind of getting that back online.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
We're actually running this incredible marketing campaign right now. We're giving away an Airstream trailer that's decked out in all Mountain Candy, everything you can think of, from Mountain Candy Yeti coolers on the inside to Mountain Candy longboards, everything and anything you can think about. So we're running this amazing Instagram short video clip program that all you have to do is submit a 40-second or less video, just something fun, something kind of quirky, incorporating Sycamore beverages in some kind of way. So I definitely encourage you guys to jump on our Instagram page and follow those. There's some really fun video submissions already in the queue.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have more with Logan from Sycamore Brewing coming up here in a bit, including trying some beer.
Hell yeah.
Beer for breakfast continues after the Foo Fighters, Waiting on a War, Rock 106.1. Good morning. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Great live music this weekend. You got Junkyard Angel Friday night, Harvest Moon, a Neil Young tribute band on Saturday, and then Savannah Singer-Songwriter Series on Sunday. So 3 nights of live music at Coach's Corner this weekend in Thunderbolt. All right, Beer for Breakfast. Joining us in studio, the regional sales manager for Sycamore Brewing. We got Logan. Sir, thank you for joining us again.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having us.
All right, so you've broken out the beer, and we're starting with the big guns from Sycamore. This is the beer you guys are known for. This is Mountain Candy, an IPA. Tell us a little bit about what this beer is.
So Mountain Candy, as you said, is our #1 selling brand. We do have some incredible IPAs out in our core lineup, in our rotating lineup, but Mountain Candy really kind of stands on its own as far as being such a catalyst brand for us. It's brewed to have both West Coast and East Coast style aspects. So it's got some pine dankness, on one side, and then on the other aspect, it's very approachable, very palatable. It's got some nice citrus notes to it. So it's really kind of the best of both worlds, which we feel like has kind of been the biggest attribute of getting it, traveling thus far.
Right.
Yeah.
Where does the name Mountain Candy come from?
Mountain Candy, just because, obviously mountains are, the Blue Ridge Mountains throughout North and South Carolina. So we just kind of wanted a brand that represented the area of which we were in, but also reflected the style kind of the IPA that we've created in the can.
The one thing I love about this too is it comes in at 7.5% alcohol.
That's right. That's right.
It's kind of on the higher end of IPA, but it's not like at a ridiculous level where I drink 2 of these and I fall over.
So one thing that I definitely like to touch base on with Mountain Candy is that, as you were saying, it is 7.5%, but our production guys allow this brand a couple extra days in our last production tanks before they go into package or draft format. So it allows them to really get the opportunity to tweak their carbonation levels or adjust it to make sure that it's exactly the same product that left our bay doors half an hour before. We want this to be our most consistent brand that we have out, and consumers have really gotten a great response to it.
I really love the fact that actually, if I'm reading the description of the beer on sycamorebrew.com, you guys just said this is good stuff, and I love that you're humble. Well, why don't you go ahead and crack it open? Let's go ahead.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go ahead and review. Once again, this is Sycamore Brewing's Mountain Candy IPA. It's their flagship IPA. This is the gateway drug into the Sycamore brand. We're very excited to have Logan in the studio right now. Now we do have a couple other beers to try as well, because you just don't. And like you're like an old cowboy, like walking the western roads, and you gotta have bullets in your gun. And Logan brought all the bullets today, man.
I couldn't just bring the two, man.
You got some bangers that we're very excited to try. So let's go ahead and start the review process. First and foremost, we'll stick our nose in this and see what we smell.
I didn't even have to. As soon as he handed me the glass, and you could just the nose on it strong.
It came across the room, didn't it?
Right there. I just put it on, like, oh my God, it smells so good.
It's fantastic.
It's got
a
some
great nose
dankness
on
to
it.
it.
Yeah. No, that's real. I mean, a lot of citrus right there in the nose on it. Oh, it smells so good.
You got some pine, that pininess that you mentioned earlier. That's also in there. Holding it up to the light, and I'll hold it right here in front of the camera. You got that light golden color with some really good carbonation running through it. Not a lot of head on this beer, which is probably from the excellent pour that you threw out there, Logan. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
But it looks pretty fantastic on camera. Now our favorite part. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Cheers.
That is the gateway beer into falling in love with Sycamore.
Wow. That is trippy. I mean, the East-West Coast thing is definitely there.
Right, and you can almost get it from the nose of the beer.
Yeah, there's definitely that dankness to it, but it's really smooth when it comes to IPAs. Not only that, once again, coming in at 7.5% alcohol, this is a beer that you buy in a 4-pack, and I don't think you need much more for the night. It's pretty great. Yeah.
No, you get the citriness of it. You get the pininess of it. I mean, it does deliver on both sides. Super easy to drink. It is very smooth. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it could be dangerous with this 7%.
I think the greatest feedback that I get day in and day out with this particular brand is, every day I have, a list of venues or buyers that really aren't into the IPA styles. I mean, they carry them to do their diligence, but they often try this brand with me, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm finding something that I can dig in this brand, because one of the consistent traits that all of our IPAs will share is that we wanted to make sure that we cater to, having a great hop backbone and to the hop heads and the IPA guys like us, but we want all of our IPAs to be palatable and for all consumers, not just catering to one side of the fence. So often, especially when our rotating IPAs, they'll come out and people will just, find something, whether it's melon or tangerine or just something that attracts them to the style, outside of just the hop realm.
Well, on the beer scale of supremacy, let's go ahead and grade this one out, because we do have a couple more to drink.
Yeah, I know, right?
It'd be rude if we didn't drink your beer. Cotter, on the beer scale of supremacy, what do you give Sycamore's Mountain Candy IPA?
This is solid 4 out of 5, man. This is just a really good IPA. And I keep saying it every week. I'm on this massive IPA kick, and I just keep finding stellar IPAs. This one is added to the list. It's in the rotation. I will be going back to this beer.
Yeah, it keeps falling into your lap, all these IPAs.
I know, right?
100%. 3.9 out of 5 here. I mean, this is once again, this is a great gateway beer to jump into the Sycamore brand, once again based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I know it's going to be tough for you, Logan, as a gentleman who is quite the purveyor of Sycamore. And once again, being that it's your own brand, feel free, 5 out of 5, your call. But go ahead and give your review, your grade for the beer review of supremacy for your own Mountain Candy.
I've got to tell you, that's a hard number to come down to.
I know.
I certainly want to go straight to 5. But I'll go 4.8 on this one.
Once again,
for
humble.
A little bit of there's
gotta have that wiggle room in there, man. You gotta have that wiggle room.
Sure,
I get
man.
that.
But I will tell you, at the end of the day, when I have an opportunity to drink other styles, I still go for Mountain Candy. And I've been with the brand for years.
I get it. It's like you find a beer that you just really like, you want to go back to it, you enjoy it, and I could definitely see that being a beer like that. I mean, that's one you can go back to time and time again.
It's
pretty solid.
It's that we like to consider it that that stake down in the ground to kind of hold it down in different accounts, and then we kind of just build off of that, and eventually consumers aren't following a product, they're following a brand family. So when they see something with a sycamore leaf on it, like several other suppliers over time, they've just put themselves into a channel of putting out so much consistent product or their main product over and over again to build up that trust, and customers turn into fans after that, which is the ultimate objective for sure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and to come back. What's the next beer we're going to try?
We got Paloma Goza coming up.
Sounds so good. That's next. We've got beer for breakfast. Logan from Sycamore Brewing. More of the Cotter and Marshall Show coming up next. Rock 106.1. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Be sure to get that stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. It is Beer for Breakfast. It's brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. 3 nights of live music this weekend in the Sound Garden at Coach's Corner. Tonight, it is Junkyard Angel. Saturday, Harvest Moon and Neil Young Tribute. And then on Sunday, it is the Savannah Singer-Songwriter Series. All right, joining us in studio for Beer for Breakfast is Logan from Sycamore Brewing. All right, Mountain Candy, man. It delivered. That is a stellar IPA.
Thank you so much. Again, credit goes to those brew guys.
So up next, we've got a Goza. So let's explain what this one is.
So a Goza is a old traditional German-style recipe that kind of came back into light around 10 years ago when a few other suppliers were experimenting with it, and it kind of just grew legs from there, and several other supplier brands wanted to kind of replicate the same thing. Our Paloma Goza is, follows kind of the same traditional aspects of the Goza-style recipes. It's mostly a malted wheat base, so we add some ruby red grapefruit and some blood oranges to it to replicate the hot Paloma cocktail that's, really kind of also come back to life in the last 4 or 5 years. So,
I'm an alcoholic. I'm very familiar.
Well, it's how I like to get my fruit. In beer form.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's the only way to go.
Exactly.
It's the only way to go.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And we use all raw fruits. So
nice.
Even better, right?
Is that vegan? Is this beer vegan?
Ooh, I couldn't say that. I couldn't say that.
It's all natural.
No, here's the thing. I'll say it. And if anyone has an issue, you can actually just call me. I'll give you my phone number.
So this is actually one of our more simplistic styles, but we all know oftentimes in beer, sometimes less is more.
It really is.
And this one is a very refreshing style. We added some salt in it to kind of counterbalance the acidity and kind of have the best of both worlds. So without further
let's
ado,
check this out, man. I'm super excited about this. I always love a good Goza.
Once again, this is the Paloma Goza. It's a Goza-style ale with citrus. Very excited to try this. This is from Sycamore Brewing, based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Once again, Logan is with us here. We made him come up from Columbia just last night. We did not give him a place to stay. He slept in his car in the parking lot, so thank you so much for agreeing to that. It's weird that you would just do that. But very excited to try this. Once again, the Paloma coming in at 5% alcohol. In case anyone was wondering, I'll go ahead and let's start it off with a big old smell.
Nose is good. I mean, you definitely get the little bit saltiness of the Goza, and the fruit is definitely there. It's really nice.
I like the fact that like ruby red grapefruits, which my wife is oddly hugely into. Like, they're like softball sized fruits. I mean, they're not tiny at all. Like we have them in our house. They're in the house all the time. So I mean, I love like the subtle citrusness of that in this beer for sure.
And you'll find that with most products that we offer fruit adjuncts into, we add enough to complement the beer style. We don't want it to overpower. We still want to keep it true to essence, but certainly put our spin on it with the style that we're trying to create. And Paloma has just been so popular, obviously, as you know, in cocktail format. So again, like with the Affogato Cream Ale, we wanted to replicate that into a beer style.
It's definitely noticeable. Holding up to the camera right here, if you're watching the live stream, I mean, is kind of that cloudy, kind of golden look. Is that the best way to describe that? I guess maybe. I don't know. Cotter?
No, it's definitely hazy. I don't know. Hazy is I guess the go-to buzzword now, but I would definitely say a little hazy. But straw color, maybe a little bit, not as golden. Straw color.
Yeah, sure. Straw. Straw looks like that.
Those are beer terms.
Yeah, they are. Hey, I can throw them around like the best of them.
We've done this once or twice before. So cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers again.
Cheers to the Paloma Goza. Nathan says it sounds healthy. It is.
Yes, it is. Especially for breakfast.
Oh, that's nice, man.
It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth, subtle. And actually, it's not like, I'm not a huge sour fan, but when it comes to this beer here specifically, the acidity is not off the chart.
No.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, the acidity is like a 3.
Right.
Yeah, the saltiness really comes through. I mean, more so than I think I've noticed in most Gozas I've tried. not in a bad way, but I mean, you can just definitely get it. It's right there.
With those raw fruits that we add into it, I think just adding that salt to have a nice savory counterbalance to the acidity that the big, fruits offer in type of style is really kind of a perfect combination.
All right, Marshall, beer scale of supremacy. What do you think?
Once again, not a huge sour guy, but I really like that. I love that it's so subtle. I love that it's not over citrusy. It's just like sours are not smooth to me, but this is oddly smooth. I really, really enjoyed that. I'm going to give this a 3.75.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm jumping in at 3.5 even. I do like it. I mean, it's a really, really good beer. So I'm a fan of this one as well. Logan, what do you think?
Well, this is one of my favorite styles that we do year round, just in general, not only as a rotating seasonal. So I'm gonna shout out to the boys back home and give them a solid 5 on this one.
Oh, going big. So we're gonna go to commercial. Actually, gonna go to song. We're gonna go to Bad Wolves and Zombie. We got one more beer to try. We're gonna try that stream only. So if you want to check out the stream, be sure to do that. You can check us out Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Hey guys, it's Cotter and Marshall from Rock 106.1. Thank you so much for watching our stupidity online.
Daily. We appreciate it. So make sure that you like and comment and subscribe. It's down there somewhere. We're not exactly for sure. We do appreciate it. And of course, more content always coming soon.